But before I give my MmGS V-Blog roundup, I just want to make an update about the Wii U shortage. So the last video I talked about it, they're saying there was a rumor. A Nintendo representative basically denied it. And now it's safely to say, and it's confirmed by Nintendo of Japan on their website, that yes, the Wii U will end production soon. That's a keyword, soon. So no one knows when, but soon. But a Nintendo of America representative basically added that in America, the production of Wii U, they were done. Like, their final production and shipment was already been shipped. It was already done. So basically in America, they're done. Well, yeah, they're done producing the Wii U. That means they're not going to make more anymore. They don't have any more in their warehouse. They're all gone. It's now on again, the retailers, the stores, Amazon, you name it. And once that's gone, that's all, folks. That's really it. So, again, I mean, kind of seen and written the wall of the history of the Wii U, but hey, that's the story. Hello, guys, NautoAce here, and this is going to be another MmGS V-Blog roundup. And basically, what it is a little short thoughts of video game related. Not so much, so I'm compiling them into one video here. Thus, the word roundup. So the first thing basically is I want to give more thoughts on Switch. Basically now there's a lot of new rumors and report what's going on. And one of them was from Emily Rogers. If you don't know who she is, she's sort of a Nintendo insider whose her rumors and report are 90 to 95% accurate. So of course this report here that she shared is no different. Well, first of all is they said that the Switch is a bit, from what I heard, they're saying is that the Switch may be more powerful than the PS4 and the Xbox One, but of course, opposite to that is it's weaker than the PS4 Pro and the Xbox Project Scorpio. But then people are saying that, well, that's not really a good thing, but if it's a bit weaker than the competition, or not really head to head. A little bit of confusion, but there's some numbers that really I didn't really understand it either. But then the way that Emily Rogers basically explained it is that the reason why it's not so powerful than what people thought it was, so the cost will be down. Kind of makes sense. My thoughts on that one basically is as long as you can basically be developed third-party games on the Switch that can basically to some extent close to the quality of the PS4 and the Xbox One, I'm cool with that. Unlike the Wii U and the Wii, which are one generation behind, thus the problem is some of the games they couldn't really port it to the Wii or to the Wii U. Depends on what generation. That's why, especially with the Wii U, there wasn't really a lot of third-party supports. So that's what I'm gonna say. We'll see what happened. Second one is price point rumor. So apparently there's a lot of price range that's been throwing around. Toys R Us Canada sort of leaked the price. Someone said it. And basically converted to American price, it's $244. But of course, it's probably going to be, if you make it more sense, $250. If the price is $250, then yeah, that's golden. The Nintendo Switch, yeah, people are going to buy that. People are going to be moving more Switch, even if it's in $299, $300. Depends on what the console offer. Plus, if it has a pack-in game, and I'll explain it later, then they'll probably go in the right direction. The problem with the Wii U was when it first launched, it was very expensive. I'm sorry to say, people trying to say no, it wasn't. Yes, it was. It didn't really offer a lot of things than versus the competitor, and there was not really a reason to get the deluxe version if you don't care about the pack in game, because you can also buy that particular pack in game as a software itself, which is again oops on Nintendo's part. If Nintendo Land was just an exclusive to the pack in game, just like Wii Sports in at launch, then it probably might have a chance. Maybe that's the thing. And of course, that made a mistake. The price point wasn't right, and I did explain before. The reason why the Lady Wada basically priced it to that $350 for the deluxe and $300 for the basic was that the tablet control basically was gimmicky, maybe, but it was very expensive for them. That even at 350, they have said that, or yeah, 350, it was they were barely basically making money out of it. In other words, breaking even. And of course, Nintendo's history is they don't tend to sell console at a loss, and I don't think they want to sell a console breaking even. So, but the problem here is that I know Kinishima said we don't intend to sell the console at a loss, but if it's 250, then it's how's the quality? Is it going to compete with the other console? No one knows. So now speaking of packing game, is another rumor now from Emily Rogers is that Breath of the Wild might not be a launch game because some process they were basically having problem. Again, it's a rumor, but the new Mario game that they were showed on the Nintendo Switch teaser trailer is going to be a launch title. But my suggestion to Nintendo for that is why not make that an exclusive packing game? A game that you cannot buy it unless you buy the console itself. An exclusive packing game, and I can flip and guarantee you people will buy the Switch. But my guess is gonna be is because they'll say, well, we can't do it. We can't really do this because we're probably missing opportunity. Is I'm gonna guess one or two things gonna happen. There's gonna be two SKU for the Nintendo Switch. You get the basic without the game, and then you have the deluxe with the game. Again, if the base, if they're gonna do a basic and deluxe, if the basic is $250 and the deluxe is $300, they should be fine. The problem with the Wii U was it was $50 more and nothing to offer. Like I said, nothing left to offer. Then, yeah, why am I buying it? So there you go. And like I said, I bought it a year later when they had a price cut. Yay! The deluxe became the deluxe basically it's now the default SKU for $300. And of course, like I said before in my mini NES rant, that basically the fiscal year of 2014, the Lady Wada basically gave the reason. Oh, the reason we lost the money, we lost a lot of money, or $500,000, because we had by cutting the Wii U's price prematurely. That's what happened. But again, you had to do it. It was a lot of mistakes in that one. There was a lot of mistake decision that you had to do it. Just saying there. But again, put in that Mario game as a pack-in exclusive, then it's a guarantee people will buy it. I won't, but a lot of people will. Alright, I'm adding this in about the packing game for the Nintendo Switch, and I always say that it's a good thing to have a packing game. Alright, so again, I'm going to insert this on my roundup, and that is that apparently more Switch rumors are popping out, coming up from the woodworks. Interesting, and again, it's from a lot of people, including Emily Rogers, and there might be two SKU for the Nintendo Switch. First of all, the SKUs, I say to that, not a good idea. Look what happened to the Wii U. I mean, it's great to have option, but the problem is not a lot of people are gonna buy the basic. They don't want some. Most people will buy of course, the better version. So I don't think the double SKU, the two SKUs, and multiple SKUs doesn't really work. Granted, it sort of worked with the 360, but that didn't really last long. People thought it was a good thing, excuse me, but no, it's not a good thing. So I say just have one SKU, maybe $300 with a pack-in game. So with that, I'm going to talk about the pack-in game. I said before that Super Mario Bros. The new one should be a pack-in game that you can't get it unless you have the system. And then the Switch is going to be gold. It's going to be solid gold. People will buy the Switch at day one. It won't be like what happened to the Wii U during Black Friday in 2013. But then the report is they're saying that it could be the Splatoon enhancement version for the Switch. They really have a good reason why double dip on Splatoon. And I know Nintendo game people do double dip. I'm guilty of it. But if people can play it on the Wii U minus the new features, I don't know about an enhanced version of a game. People will just say, well, why should I buy a packing game if I already have it for the Wii U? Okay, fine, new features in it. I mean, there have been rumors that are saying that there are, I mean, it's already been fact that some of the games are going to have an enhanced version that they'll make you double dip. And again, Nintendo games, when they enhance version, they do make it enhanced. Different V-Blog, I'll talk about that. Like I said, I'm guilty of it. Not really a problem when it comes to Nintendo because they do make more sense than third-party game or Sony or Microsoft doing it. To get back to the packing game still, maybe it'll work. I don't really agree with it. I think it has to be an original game. Maybe some sort of like a Wii Sportish type thing that shows the capability of what the Switch can do. Or Nintendo Land. Another Nintendo Land. Maybe Nintendo Land 2. Granted, Nintendo Land wasn't really that good, but the problem also was people can buy the game without it because option. I'm with option. Option is good, but there are some times, like in this case with a packing game, that option is bad. So, yeah, my opinion, personal opinion, Splatoon as a packing game. Not. And then another final for the Switch rumor that people are saying now is that I don't really remember people saying that Cloud, Corrin, and Bayonetta amiibo are going to be 2016. I don't really remember people saying it. They just said we're just making the amiibo and it's coming quote unquote soon. But now the reports are saying that apparently they're delaying the final three amiibo because they want to release those final three amiibo in conjunction of, well, of course, as expected, people will. It's not, I mean, rumor or not, everybody's gonna know. Everybody knows there's gonna be a Smash Brother enhanced version for the Nintendo Switch. I dub it Super Smash Brothers for the Nintendo Switch. And like I said, enhanced version, same game that values the Wii U version plus, I'm gonna say, more characters, more game mode, more stages, maybe bring back older stages, maybe the stage from the 3DS, bring it on the Nintendo Switch also. I'm just putting it out there. Excuse me. So I mean, yeah, you need at least a launch Smash Brother game, and I think an enhanced version will do it. And the reason is that a lot of those stages or the game itself, even so it's old, a lot of the stages never get old. It's not dull yet. It needs more playtime, let's just say that. So yes, Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U, like, or Nintendo Switch, an enhanced version. Yeah, and they say it's not going to be launched. So I'm going to guess it's probably going to be part of the 6 months games. So I'm probably going to guess, just for me personally, it's going to be a year from now. I'm just throwing it out there. So again, like I said, those three amiibo kind of make sense. And if you have new characters, all I can ask for it, Sakurai, bring back Ice Climber. You know what? It was on the Wii U. It was on the freaking Wii U. But they cut it out. They gave them the boot because, oh, the 3DS version wasn't working. Yeah. But I don't think at this point on, there's no, oh, we want the same roster from the 3DS, from the Wii U, from the Switch. I don't think so. My guess is going to be new rosters on the Switch, but then you get a code, kind of like they did with Hyrule Warrior Legend, so you can probably download it on the Wii U. And maybe they're nice. They also put it on the Wii or on the 3DS, minus Ice Climbers. Just throwing it out there. So, yeah, those are some of the roundup for the Nintendo Switch. I mean, again, they're not going to be talking about it until, well, January 12th, 2017 because of the financial report. I might give my thoughts about that, but one of the things that Kinishima did say on January 12th, 2017, there will be in Japan a stream, but it will be worldwide, and they will be talking about the Switch. They'll explain everything about the Switch, from the price, the features, the games, future game, everything. You say, well, why not now? Well, they don't want to overshadow 2 or maybe 3 major things that's happening. One of them already happened, one's coming this week, if I ever put it up this week, and then the last one is on December. Our first, the mini NES collection, Pokemon Sun and Moon, and Super Mario 3D Maker for the 3DS. You don't want to overshadow them because that's their biggest game overall. But remember, there is no more big game for the Wii U. The last one is for this year is Paper Mario Color Splash. There is one final Wii U retail game that's going to come in 2017, and that is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and that is going to come in March. However, the Nintendo Switch version, they are reporting that's going to be way beyond March apparently now. So production, I guess the production process, they're having problems. So again, who knows? So speaking, like I said, I mentioned the NES Mini Switch. Yes, not surprisingly, I did make a 30-minute rant about it. Like I said, thanks to Down Phoenix, not really. Like, I do want one. I'm not in a hurry to get one because it's ridiculous. And it's Nintendo. Like, will they ever learn this? And the answer really is no, because they're stubborn, they're old fogies. They still believe that this is the way for them in order to basically help their business. And if you ever want to counter this, one thing I can say is, one, don't make a fuss about the Nintendo Mini NES. Don't talk about it. Especially don't talk about scalpers and scumbag. And especially don't buy it from them. And, well, I'm going to be stupid here, but don't make a fuss about it. Don't talk about the thing. Because, like I said, the reason why sometimes they might be doing this is they want people talking about it, even if it's negative, because at least people are talking about it. If you don't talk about something, that is when Nintendo's concerned. And to a point, I think Wii U, that happens. Like, after a while, the conversation with the Wii U was basically in an all-time low. People don't know about the Wii U. And look what happened. Oh, excuse me. Poor sale. So, again, I don't know, but Nintendo did say they're gonna make some, and of course they're still December. And if you really couldn't wait, if you really have the patience of Mother Teresa or Gandhi, wait until 2017. I'm telling you, the minute you have that NES Mini, and after you have in your hand that hype, that excitement, it's gonna go down. It's just how people is. You want something you can't have, but the minute you have it, mission accomplished, you move on. I'm no psychologist, but kind of makes sense there. So the last thing in this roundup here that is very interesting is that Nintendo and Apple finally announced the date and the price of Super Mario Run, the auto run Mario game for the mobile game, but first in iOS for December, and then next year is Android. So, of course, the announcement is December 15, 2016. That's the game will be released 2, they revealed the price for the full game. Even so, that there is a trial version or a light version, as I call it. There is a full version of one-time pay, and that's it. That's it, one-time pay. Depends on your opinion. It could be fortunate or unfortunate. The game's gonna cost $10. So you're gonna now you're gonna say, OMG, wow, for a mobile game that's so expensive. Yes, we know that mobile games are to some extent, or most of them are free to play, and the average mobile games are between from 99 cents to 49 cents. There are some games that are beyond that. Square Enix games, they're RPG on mobile, they are very expensive. They ranges between $10 all the way to 15 and even possibly $20. And that's like their Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest. And I know Square Enix was being coy about it, but they have said because of the game itself, it's an RPG. So Super Mario Run is going to be $10. So a lot of people are saying, well, this is bullcrap. Some say kind of makes sense. So my thoughts about it is, I kind of make sense. Why? First of all, it's from Nintendo. Nintendo developed this game for mobile. 2, Iwata did mention this. I may disagree. Excuse me. I may disagree with Iwata. However, you also can understand their basically philosophy when it comes to games, and that is that the lady Iwata basically explained is that the price of the game also reflects on the game's quality and reputation. Believe it or not, it is a bit of a shocker, but it kind of makes sense because Tommy Talrico basically talked about this a long time ago, that when the game is slow, it's not because the developer is being generous, it's they felt that's what the game is because of the quality, the content. So you make the game too low, then people might think, well, this game might suck. Put it too high, you might think the company is greedy. So you have to find that balance. But at the same time, you need that balance of, we gotta make money because we put a lot of content, but we gotta make the consumer happy. So you gotta find that balance. So my thoughts here is that if it is $9.99 or $10, I'm gonna guess that the content of the game better be big. That's one. I mean, the quality of the game, of course, is based on New Super Mario Brothers U, Super Mario Brothers Wii, New Super Mario Brothers. Well, maybe New Super Mario Brothers U in HD, except it's auto run, and that's one. Remember, there is, at least for in the beginning, there are 3 modes in the game. There's 3 modes in the game, and they probably put a lot of developing on it, so that's why it's $10. So my only thing is that I have to suggest is wait and see if the content is there. The quality is there and the content is there. Because like I said, they got 3 modes in the game. How deep are the 3 modes? There's that Mario Adventure mode. They say it's supposed to be 8 worlds. 4 level, 8 worlds, 32 levels, I guess, just like a la Super Mario Brothers. And then there's a mode, it's basically an actual endless random generated endless runner. And then of course there's supposed to be the third one called Mushroom Kingdom Builder, which is, I have no idea what it is, kind of vague, so we have to see what it is. So I mean, remember, this game is not free to start, so one pay and you're done. Unlike Mitomo, you wanna improve optimize your gameplay, then you gotta pay a certain amount of like coins, tickets, heck, even to put up your posters in your room you gotta pay 99 cents. Kind of ridiculous, but again, that's what a free to play is. Super Mario Run is not a free-to-play game. There's a light version for free, and then you get this full version. So again, we'll see if the content is there. Just saying. Alright, so those are my roundup of Switch rumors and reports, and of course my thoughts on the Mini NES, lack of availability, to Super Mario Run being $10. So with that, thanks for listening. That's it for now. I'll see you guys later. Bye.